What's up everyone, V here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Marvel's Cosmo Build-A-Figure Wave Marvel's Mantis from Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That's a lot of Marvel in that title. But yeah, this is Mantis, of course, as she appears in the new movie Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is a phenomenal movie. Spoiler alert, of course, I'll probably accidentally drop stuff about her character, stuff like that. And probably for the holiday specials if you haven't seen it. My god, that movie was so amazing. It was great. This is the thing I gotta say about it, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed almost everything from Phase 4. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, Marvel sucks now, oh, Marvel's mid, oh, Marvel fell off. No, I still passionately love Marvel, but I think this is the most well-made project since Endgame. Like, none of the CGI looked, like, questionable in it. It all looked phenomenal. The cinematography was great. The script was solid. The story was very engaging. I just loved it so much. And, yeah, again, I still loved all of Phase 4, and I love Quantumania. I made a whole MODOK custom from it. But just as a whole, this movie was just the most well-made thing Marvel's put out since Endgame. Like, it's just great. And it's probably my favorite Guardians. Solely because, like, number one, the costume design is phenomenal in this. It's a big play for me, but also because it's like, I'm not the largest fan of origin stories, so of course Guardians 1 is an origin story, so I never really put those insanely high. Still a phenomenal movie though, and Volume 2 personally isn't one of my favorites. I think the first half is not the strongest. It's strong in the back half, but like, still, it's not as great as the others, but this one's just phenomenal. And this is, of course, Mantis as she appears in it, and I really like Mantis as a character. She didn't really get too much to shine in the earlier movies because, of course, Volume 2 was her introduction, so that was her just getting into the cast. And, of course, Infinity War and Endgame, she is like a very side character in that. I don't even know if she even said anything in Endgame. But where she really shined was the holiday special, of course, because she's like the main character in it along with Drax, and Volume 3. It just made me love the character so much. Palm Clementif, I think that's how you say her name. Again, I'm horrific with names. She did a great job. And yeah, she's probably my third favorite Guardian next to a certain Star-Lord and Groot, because they my boys. So yeah, and this figure is a really solid representation of how she looks in the movie. I tried to replicate the pose on the box, which we'll get to that picture on the box. But yeah, it's a really solid figure, and this is totally not the, like, quadrillionth time I've recorded this video because I accidentally sent the camera flying across my room. Yeah, it sucks because I think the take before this was so much better, but the camera was launched, so I just decided to redo it. So yeah, here's the box. It's the windowless packaging, which is kind of sad because I know Black Series is bringing the windows back for, like, Mando. Or Marvel Legends bringing it back? I'm not 100% sure. I think they are. Again, I'm not too sure. The Spider-Verse stuff has the carded look for some reason. But yeah, on the front you got Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, plastic-free, Hasbro, warning. Then you got a shot of Mantis, CGI render of the figure, and then a little concept art in the back. Marvel's Mantis, some weird Guardians designs. And let me tell you, this picture, the face does not look like the face on the figure. Her hand doesn't really look like that. Like, it looks like there's just two fingers up. That's not really how it looks. And also, her antennas don't look like that in the slightest. They don't curve like that. They're not that thin. So I don't know what they was doing there. But yeah, on the other side, get Marvel Legends, that nice shot of Mantis. Love the look. You got the little Guardian ship in the back there, like some stars. Guardians logo there. Get in focus. Again, here's that side. Build-A-Figure Marvel's Cosmo 4 Plus, Marvel Legends series. On the back side, get a picture of Cosmo and the different characters to build her. And yeah, I don't like this. I prefer the pictures of the figures with the names. And also, the old ones showed the extra figure that didn't have the Build-A-Figure piece in the wave. They don't do that with this one. So you would have no idea if they even made a Star-Lord, unless you like, because it doesn't say it here. And because like they had all that space to put that there, but no. On the back, you got a picture of the BAF piece she comes with, little Guardians logo, or is that the Guardians logo? Or is that like the, what are they called? Ravengers. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of both. Little galaxy, another picture of the figure in the 3D render that looks nothing like her. And then a bunch of stuff. Plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. I've never noticed that before. So yeah, bringing the figure in real quick. And before we get into that, we'll get into the BAF piece. I'm definitely buying the whole wave, so stay tuned for that. I already have Star-Lord and, you know, down guy. You know, Mr. Gold. What's his name again? Adam Warlock. Yeah, I got him, and when I get paid, I will be getting the rest of them. But yeah, and I'll do a separate review for the BAF and a ranking and all that, like I did with the Infinity Ultron figure. By the way, go check out that video and those reviews. But yeah, here's the leg. It's a very thick leg. I was kind of shocked by how big it was. Then remember, it's probably because the dog's wearing a spacesuit. And also, realistically, that is a good size for a dog compared to a normal human. So, it's got a lot of nice detail. Got dog foot. We're not going to talk about it because we're talking about Mantis. Now, let's take a look at all of Mantis's accessories. You're looking at them. She doesn't come with shit. She literally has nothing. No alternate hands. It's kind of disappointing. So, if you want... She can't really hold weapons or anything. Because these are the only hands she comes with. Although, I have been able... I don't know if it was this gun or not. But I was able to get her to kind of hold this. So you can kind of have her holding that. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't stay in there the greatest. But yeah, even though she comes with absolutely nothing besides a severed leg of a dog, this figure's actually really good. Number one, I love this jumpsuit. I never bought any of the Guardians figures because before this, I only owned the Ego and Star-Lord 2-pack. And then some, like, basic figures from Infinity War of Drax, Star-Lord, and Rocket. So I never really owned Guardians, because I remember Mantis was a Build-A-Figure. But, because I never cared about their looks. But these looks, they look great. So, yeah, I'm definitely buying them all. And, let's get in a closer look at this likeness, because I'd say it's pretty solid. This is a really good Mantis likeness, in my honest opinion. I think it reuses the head from the original Build-A-Figure. So that might be why her antenna might be a bit inaccurate. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that because I don't own that figure. I think I saw a post saying that once, like, months ago. But it's still, like, the photo tech looks phenomenal. Let's get a bit out there so it's not as rough. It's hard to see because my lighting's just horrific. Maybe if we can bring this light down a bit. There we go. It looks great. She's got nice sculpt. A little bit of sculpt for the eyelashes. And it's painted really well. I would say, though, I feel like her pupils are a little bit too normal. I feel like in the movie she has really big black pupils. And I feel like she should really have those on the figure. Because rather than that, it looks phenomenal. And then you get to the antennas, which have a weird leaf detail on them. Again, I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate, or again, it's the old head, and there's white painted on the back of them. And her hair has these nice green highlights in the front, which look great. And then you turn it to the back, and there's nothing. They literally just painted the green on the front, and that's it. Why even bother? But still nicely sculpted. Then you come down to the jumpsuit, and I believe this is the same body they used for Nebula. Whole new body as opposed to Star-Lord, who reuses a lot. But it looks great. Got the nice red there. There's a lot of red painted around like the collar, which gets covered up by the hair, which does have a nice sculpt that curves in like that. And you got all that nice detail. I do know that this line back here is supposed to be red, but I mean, it gets covered up by the hair, so it's alright. Although, I thought this was just on mine, but I've seen like almost every Mantis in-hand photo I've seen. They just splotched a bunch of gold on the emblem, and it's even leaking out. And it's like, kind of sucks because when you bring in Star-Lord, his looks phenomenal. So, what happened? But yeah, this Mantis was the first one from the wave I got. And honestly, it's pretty cool. It's not a mind-blowing figure because you can't really get some awesome poses with her like you can with like a figure like Star-Lord, but it's still cool. Nice belt detail. The red comes down all the way. Got some buckles on the side. Come to the back. Got her butt, and there for some reason there's some crack sculpted in there. Don't know what's up with that. These don't look like they're insanely tight suits. The figure people got horny. But yeah, I got some red up there, some straps and all that. The pads back here, which is weird because Star-Lord has it on the side, so I guess the girls have it on the back. Then come down to her hand, and it's got some nice glove detail as opposed to Star-Lord. Star-Lord will be the next video, and I'll get into why there's a lot of problems with him, but I still love him. She has, of course, her hand. She can use telekinesis. I'm just kidding. She can do the thing where she, like, sleep. And then a hand for when the sleep ain't working, and you just gotta bitch slap someone. I mean, yeah, and it's weird shape. I mean, it also could be, the fingering finger, as we know. I mean, nothing beats Master Chief. He was going double-handed with them fingers. But yeah, getting to the legs, got a lot of nice space pant detail. Like, why is there just a graded detail there? Space clothes, overly designed, but I love it. Some weird pad things there. Then come down to the boots. They look nice. Got some nice sculpting there on the back. Really nothing. And they're kind of high heels. I don't know, that doesn't seem really plausible for a battle. But I mean, she was rocking in that movie. And another thing I liked, everyone got a moment to shine in the movie. Like, Mantis shined, Drax shined. I think Nebula shined, Rocket shined, Groot shined, Star-Lord shined, even Adam Warlock shined. Everyone was shining. I mean, Adam Warlock literally shined because he's gold and shoots light blasts, so of course he's shining. So yeah, there's not much to talk about. I mean, it's the same suit for all of them, so this is probably going to be what you're going to be looking at for the next couple weeks, but still looks great. You got some buttons punched in there. I just love this suit so much. It's such a good design. I'm so glad we got it, because they teased this type of suit with Rocket in Endgame, but we fully got it in this movie. I mean, way to send them off with, like, the best looking suit. So yeah, she's got a ball joint at the head, rotates about that far. It has a hinge, but it's really tight, and I'm always nervous with the hinges, and it's also hindered by the hair. Arm moves out about that far pretty well. Rotates. This sticks out a bit, so it kind of gets in the way, but it's free on this side. Bicep rotation, nice double jointed elbow. You want to get it fully in, you want to bend that, and then bend that, and it bends all the way up. Rotation and hinge in and out on both hands. Got a diaphragm joint, which actually moves forward a bit, and moves back. Side to side rotation. Wish Star-Lord had a diaphragm joint. Was it Star-Lord? No, it was 2099. I got some in Across the Spider-Verse figures too, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, kicks about that far forward, that far out. Doesn't really kick far back because she's got a bit of cake back there. Thigh rotation. For some reason, this one's gapping a bit. It's a little terrifying. Double jointed knee, and it bends really well. Hinge up and down, and a rocker. So she's got some really solid articulation. I'm glad we've gotten to the point in Marvel Legends history where females have double jointed elbows. It's great. It's great to see it. We love to see our gals have double jointed elbows with good articulation. So, for some comparisons, here she is next to Moon Knight and a Black Series clone trooper. She's about the same size as the clone, but of course Moon Knight's a bit taller. So yeah. She is with a Transformer and a Jazzwares Halo figure. Here is Master Chief. Of course, Master Chief's taller. And because, for some reason, they're not even though I'm pretty sure I grabbed all the things I compare people to. Here she is next to a DC McFarlane figure. And yeah, this Mantis is better than, like, almost all the McFarlane figures I have. And for some comparisons, here she is next to Guardians comparisons. Here she's next to Star-Lord. And they look great together. I did like that they actually had the whole Mantis being his sister thing actually have some relevance, and it's not just a throwaway line. And yeah, they look great together. Can't wait to get the whole squad there, because, oh, it just looks good. I love these suits so much. And for some female Marvel Legends, since I had a couple next to me, here she is next to Kate Bishop and Jane Foster. They look pretty good. I would say these two are probably better figures than Mantis, but still, she is a pretty solid figure. So, that's about it. Again, there's nothing a whole lot to go over to Mantis. So, do I recommend her? Yeah, since the only other Marvel Legends Mantis I think that's even out there is a Build-A-Figure, this is your best bet to get a Mantis. And it's honestly really good. Again, there's not too many wild poses you can put Mantis in, but she's still fun to mess around. And when you get more Guardians like Star-Lord with her, it's a great time. I mean, she's really solid. It's just Marvel Legends figures have gotten so good recently that it's like, if you took this back like 5 years ago, this would have been wild. But now it's like, it's kind of par for the course, but still great figure. If you want a Mantis, highly recommend it. It's probably most likely miles better than the original. It's a train, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews. Got a lot of Transformers out there, and got a lot more Transformers coming soon. And got, of course, more Guardians. Next review will probably be Star-Lord. And I'm going to have some Spider-Verse figures coming soon. I got 2099, we'll be getting more. Check out my Instagram, MoonKnightXO, where, you can check out little teasers for upcoming videos, and just talk to me there, and, yeah, it's really about it, Really like Mantis as a character, so we'll probably never see her again, but, it'd be cool. Anyways, hope you have a marvelous day and a great sleep, and peace out. It's probably the best peace out we've ever done. Let's just be honest. That was the best.